When the Federal Ministry of Health announced it had discharged some Ebola virus positive patients who had been undergoing treatment, it was hard for most people to believe since the faces of the survivors were not shown in the media. But it is finally gratifying to find someone cured of the virus who will enthusiastically tell his story.
At the point of taking, she threw up on me. I cleaned up everything, So I think that was how I got exposed.
He said one of the factors that increased his chances of survival was the fact that he surrendered himself early for treatment.
There was no way I could stay behind. I think that was what helped me a lot, because a lot of persons who have the disease, they'll say, no, let me stay at home, which is not advisable. The best thing for you to do to increase your chances of survival is to surrender yourself to the isolation center. That alone will increase your survival.
In my one-on-one chat with Dennis, I wanted to know what the doctors treated them with. You will be amazed to discover it was nothing really special.
Because I haven't gotten to the next stage of the disease. I think I was still in the first stage of the disease. So there was nothing much to give me, unlike those who are in the second stage of the disease. They've started having diarrhea, started stooling and vomiting, they started having, although I had salt foods, but they were given supportive therapies like antibiotics, maybe they had infections, and like IV fluid, which is the drip, the IV fluid, but I wasn't given, and the ORS, I was not given any of that. But I remember taking ORS. I took 4 Ragolis bottles of ORS within 2 days. And I took, what else again? There's this therapeutic food they give to us. The therapeutic food, they call it therapeutic food.
What kind of food is that?
It's like, normally we call it, it's peanuts.
A combination of good care and positive thinking did it for Dennis.
I was also believing in myself. I had this hope and belief in myself that I wasn't going to die. I think much of what happened and what worked for me as well was my positive mental attitude. Helped me a lot because I was so positive about my situation. I never ever gave up.
He is, however, not free from the stigma that people who have survived or still struggle with such a deadly disease live with.
No, nobody called me. Yes, nobody. If you really know who cared for you, definitely at least 1 or 2 persons should call you. They should actually, what happened, sorry, or this, show a kind of remorse or sympathize with you, but nobody did.
Stigmatization is, however, harmful to both the victim and the society.
The person's individual performance is affected, the person's relationship with family members is affected, and then his performance at work will also be affected. Now, in view of all this, based on these attributes bestowed on him, that is the discrimination pattern, the person feels isolated and may begin to develop some psychological sequelae. Psychological sequelae of depression may arise.
Although Ebola remains a global health emergency, Dennis is the living proof that the highly contagious disease is not a death sentence. Wendy Abo, CBC News, Lagos.